Celebrating 50 years, World Environment Day 2023 is a reminder that people's actions matter and contribute to building a brighter future for us all. Joining me now is corporate scientist and chief science advocate, Jayshree State. So how do consumer choices impact climate change, and what more can they do to build sustainability into their everyday lives?
Yeah, well, creating a more sustainable environment takes collective participation, and everyone's contribution matters. So, from consumers to organizations, businesses, government, and we all should be involved to drive positive change. Consumers do care about the choices they make and the impact their choices have on the environment. So, what more can we do? Well, I think we can be more thoughtful about what we buy, mindful about how we use, and careful about what we waste. And I think this purposeful strategy can help build more sustainable practices in our lives. We can think about everyday products and consider that there may be more sustainable choices out there. We think a lot about that at 3M. I can give you examples of products that we have created for everyday life. So cleaning and washing dishes, let's say. We have sponges and scrubs that are plant-based or made with recycled content. That's our Scotch Brite Greener Clean. Or let's say you're mailing a gift to a loved one. We have an alternative for plastic bubble wrap. It's called Scotch Cushion Lock. It's 100% recycled and it's recyclable. So it's a great alternative. Or if you want to simply write a reminder to yourself or someone, you will use Post-it notes. Who doesn't love Post-it notes? We have Post-it recycled super sticky notes. They're made from 100% recycled paper. So there are many great product choices for work and home, and consumers can support these products. They can support companies and brands whose purpose aligns with sustainability. You know, sometimes it can feel complicated, but taking small actions is the best first step because collectively, these all add up.
As a corporate scientist and engineer, how have you incorporated sustainable practices into your everyday life?
Well, as a scientist and innovator at 3M, it is my job to reimagine what is possible. And in doing that, I believe it's important to constantly challenge ourselves, our thinking. So I often say to my teams, the most sustainable product ever made is the product never made. It's a message that takes a while to sink in, but it forces us to think how we can solve a problem by creating an innovation that can truly have a transformational impact. And as for home, well, I had the good fortune of growing up in India at the time and age I did. And just the way everyone lived, sustainability was deeply ingrained and totally integrated and very clearly evident in our lives, whether it was the clothes that were repurposed or papers that were recycled or food that was composted. And we had a largely plant-based diet, which also had less of an impact on the environment. So I've tried to inculcate some of those values in my children. I basically told them sustainability is about learning from what happened yesterday and making the right choices, understanding what is going on today, making good choices, and thinking about tomorrow and making wise choices. Of course, now they challenge me on some of my choices, which is frankly a win-win because I feel like I've done my job. And that's an important thing, actually, we can all do. Teach the kids and then listen to the younger folks and learn from this next generation as they question us.
With World Environment Day focused on plastic pollution, how can science innovations at scale address problems like plastic pollution and climate change?
Yeah, plastic pollution is certainly a pressing global challenge. And as a material science company, we are committed to innovating new products and solutions that use less plastic or no plastic. And in the case of packaging, use renewable, reusable, recyclable, or made with more recycled material, because we want to create solutions to some of the world's toughest problems and challenges, like you mentioned, plastic pollution, climate change. And it's important because the impact of climate change has made its way into the consciousness of more people. We do a survey to understand the public perception of science. It's called 3M State of Science Index. And in 2023, 93% of the people said they're concerned about the consequences of climate change. So this kind of consensus can drive positive action and also a growing demand for more innovative products that are sustainable and they are scalable. So at 3M, that's what we're trying to create, for the buildings we live and work in, for the cars we drive, for what we wear, for how we clean our homes, for how we package and ship products. And I'm excited about what we can all do as we move forward.
And finally, where can we go for more information?
Yeah, so to learn more about how 3M solutions are improving lives around the world and where 3M is focusing on innovating next, your listeners can go to 3m.com/forward. Again, it's 3m.com/forward.